Okay, calling all July babies. This one's for you, first of all. For the Ruby girls out there, not every day we get to show you your birthstone like this. And then, of course, if you love emeralds, and who doesn't, here we go. This is exciting. We mentioned it once, and a big chunk of these were ordered, so it's while supplies last. Clearly, it will not be back. It's the Ruby choice. There's the Ruby for, again, anybody who is born in the month of July, anybody looking for the most beautiful, very flattering ring. It elongates your finger. Look at how flattering this is on the hand. Marquise cut stones, gorgeous. $90 off. $90 off this beautiful ring. And again, Ruby, undoubtedly one of the most sought after of all the precious gemstones. They say the most rare of the precious stones. So if you were to line up emerald, ruby, diamond, sapphire, in terms of rarity, they say that good ruby would be the most rare of those four stones. So ruby it's in a class all of its own. It's corundum, it's the same family as sapphire, but it's a rare sapphire in that it's red, so it gets its own name. But the beauty of ruby is it's a very hardy gemstone. It's a 9 on the measure of hardness scale, so it's the next hardest natural mineral to a diamond, which is why so often women choose a ruby as a wedding or engagement ring. They choose a ruby as an anniversary stone. And again, next month, July, I don't think we're gonna have any of this left. So if you are looking to add luscious, beautiful red, cherry red rubies to your wardrobe, this would be a great day to do it. And you can see as we hold this really still, you can see all the sparkle. The emerald, by the way, I don't mean to be ignoring the emerald, it's beautiful, but the emerald is actually very limited now too. So either way, there's 60 emeralds left. There might be 200 of this beautiful ruby. God, that's an unbelievable value at $99.90, isn't it? Look at the quality of those rubies. You can see they really have a lot of sparkle. And then the white stones we're looking at here, I believe those are little white topaz that just give a lot of extra sparkle, both at the northern and southern points of the ring. And the Marquise cut stone, that's a very expensive cut. There's actually more waste involved in a Marquise cut. And so because of that, it is more expensive, but clearly it's worth it because you can see the finished result you get here. You get such a pristine, beautiful, lean cut. And by the way, what'd you tell me, Rock? Yeah, so the topaz, we're looking at 1/4 carat. The ruby, what was the carat weight on just the ruby? So it's 2.6, it's over 2.5 carats of genuine ruby. 2.5 carats, genuine ruby, $99.90. For all the husbands watching, if her birthday is next month, what a beautiful gift. If you're looking for a gift for your mom, who has a birthday next month, what a gorgeous gift for your mom. I mean, if you have an anniversary coming up, guys, if you are married in July, what an amazing gift, because as I said, come July, we're probably not gonna have this. So last call went out on the emerald. We have about 50 of those left. The ruby also close behind here if you're ordering it. Thank you. I think you're going to